technologies for a long time. And we have also been attempting to work in that area. And it was very nice to hear from Professor Goyal asking for us to get together and have a call. And I hope this is a start of a long relationship between the Punjabi University and Sabud Foundation. We have, of course, been working together for, I think, the last 3 years, in the sense that a number of students from Punjabi University have come and got trained at Sabud in AI, machine learning, deep learning. And in fact, we are very proud of having a number of Punjabi University students even employed within Tatras. And we hope that that relationship continues to get stronger also. So, Professor Goyal, I'd pass it over to you and to introduce your colleagues and to tell us about the wonderful work you've been doing. Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, all the panel members. Thanks for letting me to join this meeting.
Mhm. Mhm. Wow. Wow. Sure.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Thanks for introduction. Uh, so my work is on basically Punjabi to Hindi machine translation system that we have developed long back, and still it is being used by a lot of journalists. And may I show that system?
Ajay, that'd be
I'm
wonderful.
going to.
You'll be able to share the screen.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
So this is a system that is developed long back when I was completing my PhD, and it is for converting Punjabi to Hindi machine translation system, and any text that is in Punjabi that can be converted into Hindi with a click of a button. Like for this text, I can just translate it, or we have an option for transliteration also, and you can copy paste any text from any location, or you can type it directly here, and presently it will work only in Internet Explorer browser. So as I am working on the Linux system right now, so I am not able to type in Punjabi in this system, so I can show you. Yeah, BBC Punjabi. For example, I am copying this text and pasting it here, and just a click of a button you can see you can convert any text, like I am copying this text and
Sorry, Gurpreet ji, I lost my internet connectivity. I can't see your screen now. I presume others can. Is it possible for you to unshare and share again? I'll be able to see
okay.
it.
Actually, I am demonstrating my system where you can type any Punjabi text, or you can
But
copy
yeah, I
paste
saw
the
that
Punjabi
part.
text
I saw that
from
part
any
when you
site.
went to cut the text from the Punjabi BBC. That's when I lost connectivity.
For example,
I
this is
can
the
see it now.
page.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
This is the page, and there is a news here. So we can just copy that news, and it is pasting here, and click on the button. All the news is converted into Hindi text. So this software is being used by many journalists for converting their text. Although the accuracy is not that much, but it gives you a draft Hindi text, and that can be further. You can say they can use it and refine it using their own knowledge, and it gives them a draft, or you can say draft document. Recently, we also developed a system that can convert, that can normalize any text that is written on the social media. Like I am going to show you this system from the Facebook. I can see this text. Now this text is Roman, but it is in Punjabi. मेरी साइकिल चोरी हो गई, आ गया सिंह ढाबा तो बाहर. So this kind of text, there are a lot of this kind of text that is available on the social media and that need to be converted into appropriate format so that this kind of text can be analyzed by some NLP software. So right now, if you put this text directly in any system like machine translation system, it will not be translated. But I developed a system where we can normalize this text. For example, I copy this text and paste it in this particular text box, and when I click on the normalize, this text is converted into appropriate Punjabi format so that it can be it is in now in Gurmukhi script and it can be used in any NLP software. So this kind of system can act as a pre-processing step for any social media text, and they can be the social media text can be used for further analyzing. So it helps the existing system to analyze the social media text also. So lot of data is there. You can perform the sentiment analysis. You can perform the opinion mining. So lot of data is there available on the social media text, but because it is not in the appropriate format. For example, you can see Bahar, BHAR. So it can be Bhar, ਭਾਰ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਸੀ, ਬਾਹਰ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਸੀ. There can be multiple interpretation when you transliterate it or translate it from Roman to Punjabi script. So as you can see, my system appropriately identified it that it is a bahar. And similarly, this kind of text is this kind of system can be very helpful in a lot of machine learning tasks and a lot of NLP tasks also. And moreover, we also developed a summarizer system, multi-document review summarizer, where we have opinion. For example, on the Amazon site, we have a product and a lot of reviews are there. And out of lot of reviews, it is very cumbersome to read all the reviews one by one. So we can summarize all those reviews and make one concise review. So that system we have also developed. It is not currently in working format with me, but the system is, we have a lot of study on that system also. Beside, we have this is my GitHub account where you can see we have developed a system for personality prediction. We have developed a system for generating the caption of the images from the text from the news. Sometimes we have a news as well as image. From the news data, we can create the caption for the image itself. So this kind of system can also be helpful in the newspaper industry, where a lot of news are there and a lot of images are associated with the news, and we can automatically generate the captions for those images. Also, we have a word embedding for Punjabi language that it is similar to English language, because English language word embedding like glove or word to vector, they are available. Similarly, on the similar pattern, we have also created the word embedding for Punjabi language that can be used in various deep neural network tasks, various machine learning tasks, deep learning tasks, where the embeddings are required. So we can use these pre-trained embeddings also. We can also develop our own embeddings, and these are some of my work. I hope they can be used in.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Saab. It's really wonderful class. So, Dr. Saab, any question answers, please, from your side, from me?
Yeah, so obviously the devil is in the details. I would love to learn more about what techniques that you have used here. But coming to the word embeddings at the end, the fast vector that we have from Facebook, that also has some word embeddings for Punjabi, right?
Maybe, but
analysis to kind of look at the improvement or accuracy of your vectors compared to those, or vice versa?
I haven't compared with those word embedding, because we developed our word embedding for the purpose of comparing the different sentences, because we are working on the paraphrase generation also. Currently, we are working on the paraphrase generation, like if the sentence is there and we want to create the similar sentences from the given sentence, then we need the sentence similarity. So based upon the word vectors, we are calculating the sentence similarity. So we developed our own word vectors, and they are available also for the use in other systems also. But we have not compared with other because when we developed at that time there was no such embedding that are available. Maybe now
Okay.
it is available for other companies
I
from other
see.
companies also.
I see. And what was the corpus that was used for the word embedding
So the
generation?
corpus is basically collected from the newspaper, live newspaper. There are different newspaper and there are different sections in the newspaper like political news are there, Bollywood news are there, entertainment news, sports news are there. So we try to keep it as much heterogeneous as possible. And we developed this embedding from 5 lakh words.
For 5 lakh words. Okay. That's very interesting. And this GitHub account is
Number of unique
public?
word is about 65,000. Number of unique words are
Oh,
about
okay.
65,000, but total corpus size is about 5 lakh words.
Total corpus size. Okay. Okay. Right. And have there been, I mean, obviously you've talked about a number of different applications here, but from a, have you used the word embeddings that you've created here for any other applications as such that
Yeah,
could be built on
we
top
are
of that?
using it for the paraphrase generation. We have
Uh-huh.
used it for the image caption generation also.
Okay.
So when we
Okay.
created a caption from the image so those captions are in Punjabi word only. So we are picking the Punjabi news and an associate image, and we try to generate the caption of the image from the news itself. So for
Okay.
that we use this embedding.
So you're as your training data set, you're taking the image that might be in the story and the text of the image to be
Yeah,
a
yeah,
input
definitely,
output pair.
definitely.
Okay.
Yes,
I
yes.
see.
Because
Okay. And
image
are
is
you
associated with the text, and the text provides more context to the image. If we try to just create the caption from the image itself, just identifying the objects in the image, it will not have that much context. But the associate news can also provide the more context to the image so that better caption can be generated for the image.
and typically there would be a caption to the image also, right? In the news story. So are you giving that more weightage here, or how does it work?
No, no, we are not considering the caption of the image. We are just considering the headline of the news as well as the text of the news. Input of our system will be system are the image. We selected the features of the image. We collected the features from the text. We collected the features from the heading, and combining all these features, we train the system. And finally, we are able to get a very readable and very useful, you can say, captions.
But how have you evaluated those captions?
For evaluation purpose, we obviously we collect the test data. We get the image and having the caption itself with it. But because one image can have multiple captions, so first caption may also be correct and second caption may also be correct. The caption that is already with the image,
Sure.
that is obviously that is correct caption, but it does not mean that the caption that is generated by our system that is wrong. So we perform
No,
human
agree.
evaluation.
Okay, so
We
it's human
provide
error.
all those captions to the human being also, and human being rated those captions on the scale of 5, and from that we verify that our captions are quite good.
I see. Okay. Okay. Uh, Great. Thank you. That's wonderful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And is the GitHub account a public account or is it a private account? Would we be able to play with some
No,
of the
it is
tools that
public
you have
account,
created?
sir. It is public account.
Okay. Great.
Anybody can access it.
Wonderful.
We are
Thank
also
you,
going
sir.
to release the data set for this image caption because we have a
Okay.
lot of images and associated news, and we are waiting for the publication of our paper, and past week it get published, and now we are going to provide our data set also for open research.
Mhm. Wonderful. Wonderful. That sounds great. And how large is the data? How many captions and how many how many images and news stories do you have in it?
So it is about 10,000 news.
Okay. Thank you. हाँ जी.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Kamal.
Sir, so for this, we have created a parallel corpus of Punjabi and English by taking from the lot of sources. Like we have taken a Brill's English Hindi parallel corpus. For this Brill's English Hindi parallel corpus, we have firstly converted the Hindi text to a Punjabi text by using the Hindi to Punjabi machine translation system developed by Dr. Vishal Goyal and Dr. Ajit Kumar. So after converting Hindi to Punjabi, so I have a three parallel corpus of a three language: Punjabi, English, and Hindi. So from here I have used a parallel corpus of a Punjabi as well as a English. This Brill's corpus contain a maximum has a size of approximately 10,000 sentences, and it is a basically a news corpus. This is a this is a newspaper that is publishing weekly in the city of the Punjab, Bathinda. Next, I have used the parallel corpus of the TDIL. From TDIL, we have got a parallel corpus of a health and the tourism domain. The corpus is a tagged corpus, and it also contains a noisy sentences. So by using the regular expressions, first the tags are removed from the corpus. Then corpus also contains some noisy sentences, like it has written the word incomplete, complete it. So by manually I have checked the sentences and removed the all noisy sentences. So basically this from here I have got the from for the domain of the health and tourism, I got the 50,000 approximately sentences from the health and tourism domain. Each domain contains 25,000 sentences. Same here, we got a parallel corpus from the Emily corpus and also from the Gyanidhi. So by and WMT corpus. So by including all, we have a parallel corpus of the approximately 250,000 sentences. So after creating this parallel corpus of the 250,000 sentences, it is divided into a three parts. One is one is for the training, second is for the tuning, third is for the test set. So we have generally taken a ratio of the 80 and 20. 80 is used for the training and 20% we have used for the test set. And further, that this test set is also divided into a different type: small test set, large test set, and the medium test set. A small test set contains all the sentences having a maximum word 5. The medium test set contains a words having a words tokens in a sentence between 5 to 15, and the large test set contains all the sentences having a tokens more than 15. So to create this, we have used the statistical machine translation model as well as a neural machine translation model. But the accuracy of a neural machine translation is better as comparison to a statistical. In neural machine translation model, I have also created a three different models with the different hyperparameters. So firstly, I have see whether LSTM is better or a bi-LSTM is better. So firstly, I have created a two model. One is by using a long short-term memory. Second is a bidirectional long short-term memory. So from here, I found that bi-LSTM is a better as comparison to LSTM. Then to further enhance our accuracy of machine translation system, byte pair encoding is also used, because in case of a neural machine translation system, there is a limited vocabulary. To enhance our vocabulary, I have used the byte pair encoding, and further so this has increased my blue score up to 2 to 3 point. Blue score is improved by using a byte pair encoding on a baseline model. And to further increase the vocabulary size and to tackle the out of vocabulary word, I have also used a word embedding. Facebook provide the word embedding, so I have downloaded a word embedding from there for Punjabi and English. Then it is used. I have also my corpus, so it has learned the same word from my corpus, and also learned what are the different words, what are the different tokens from my there. So I have created a model by using the word embedding, byte pair encoding, as well as the baseline model that contain a bi-LSTM or a LSTM. And in the hyperparameter, we have used the uh, four layers, and the 500 neurons at the each layer of the network. Today the technology have shifted to a transformer architecture, but to implement the transformer architecture, we need a big machine having a better hardware configuration. Till now, I have not succeeded to implement this transformer architecture, because there are the hardware resources. So in the future, whenever I will get some opportunity, I will try to develop this transformer architecture, and will see how much it has increased. It will increase the accuracy of our machine translation system for the Punjabi to English, as well as for English to Hindi. Sir. This is all from my side, sir.
That sounds great. So, in fact, you've already answered the questions that I was asking about. Obviously, bi-LSTM would be expected to do better than LSTM, but you haven't looked at the transformers, I guess, because of the hardware constraints. Professor Goyal, I remember you mentioning the fact that you were actually buying some GPU machines. Have we not been able to use those here? Okay. Okay. So, I mean, one thing that we can definitely do is, I mean, we've got a GPU machine that, we could use and do an evaluation on how much better the transformer-based or attention-based models in general do, and compare them with more of the kind of state-of-the-art models that are there, right? That might be one good place to start. So Gurmukh here is, somebody that can maybe collaborate on this, and if you're open to that, then we can try it out. So Gurmukh, could you take that on?
Yes, sir, sure.
Yeah, great, excellent. So I think that would be a good starting point. It seems like a good opportunity for us to work together, and for us to learn from you, and for us to be able to work together, and hopefully improve the Good. Thank you. Okay, so should we move on to the next? From the size of the team you have brought, sir, I mean, not to worry, we can always do another day also, because it sounds like there's so much to share here that we can do another day. Sort of. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Okay. Yes, I am sharing, sir.
Okay, thank you all. Actually, I have developed the Urdu to Punjabi machine translation system, and this is not a neural base like any other system which we are developing nowadays. That time I have used the rule based as well as statistical approach. Okay, I will going to represent my system, and it is working on the website. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Okay, so this is the system, and it was developed in the C# language on the .NET platform. And if you just need to okay, so
Again.
this is the
No, great.
so this is the today's news, I think, from the BBC. And if you copy and just paste this text into our system, and this system was trained 3-4 years back, and till now we have not updated anything in it, but we are working on different technologies nowadays. And if you are going to compare this with the Google system, okay, sir. So I have pasted the same text in the Google translation system. Let's compare the accuracy of both systems on the today's news from the BBC Urdu. And it is written Pakistan ke Sindh Prant. So Pakistan ke Sindh Prant which Kutoi de Kareeb Sarhad Express de Vikas. And if you see the translation of Google Translator, ਅਧਿਕਾਰੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਸਿੰਧ ਸੂਬੇ ਵਿੱਚ. So this is completely different translation which was not written here.
Right.
Which is so you can see that our system is quite better as compared to the Google, and Google is still working. And I have seen the development of the Google translation system of Urdu step by step from many years, and I have tracked it deeply. And I have seen the progresses, how they have shifted from the statistical to translation system, and still I am quite confident that my system is giving much more accuracy as compared to the Google. And for this we have developed the different approach as compared to the any other developer. And okay, so we have used some rules for the unknown words and to handle all known the words to the transliteration part, and as well as we have used HMM system, hidden Markov model, to translation purpose, because both languages are sharing the same vocabulary and as well as the grammatical structure. So the HMM model was quite useful that time, and it is yielding still a good accuracy as compared to the other systems. And another thing is that we have not collected the parallel corpus and giving to some system. As a computer science student, my approach is that I have tried to develop each and every tool from the scratch, whether it is a multiplication table. So I have not used any predefined tool. Every system, every small component, every line of code has been written by myself. So that time there was a toolkit like Giza++ and another tools are also there. I have not used that, but developed my own decoding models. So decoding model here, the Beam search along with the HMM system was developed by myself in the C# language. And along with this, the translation probability model and the language translation model from the monolingual text has been developed by myself. And along with this, my system contains a one text classifier. This is quite different from any other system because most of the translation system contains some input text and translate it to the output text based on some training model, but they have not analyzed the text class. So our system having some text classification system, and we have just and first of all, we analyze the text and classify them to the different class, whether it is a political news, sports news, entertainment news, and so on. We have 6 classes. And based on that class, we applied those models, those vocabularies on that input text, not just any. So based on that, we have got more accuracy as compared to the normal translation system. We have compared that when I was doing the research on this. So for this, I have developed the naive-based system, naive-based classification system that is quite good for the classification. And along with this, there are many sub-modules which are able to handle the unknown words, because human words has no limit. Each and every day we are getting the new and new words. And for this, to handle all these things, to handle the unknown words, we have many sub-modules, right? We have used diacritical marks and check the Ijafat words, like Talib-e-Ilm is the Ijafat word used in Urdu, and stemming modules are there, inflection modules are there, and transliteration module was there. So each and every module has been developed by myself. Okay, overall the system was working based on the previously known words, phrases, and probabilities, and we have get translated and manually checked that output text whether it is okay or not, and mark that there need to be some changes, and the system is able to regenerate and recalculate all the kind of language model and translation model, and put that into the repository. And for the next document, we used same updated model to translate next document. So that incremental approach was there to increment. By each increment, our system was able to generate more and more accuracy, in place of getting 3 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh sentences and putting all that sentences into some model and getting some output. And after that, we come to know that the system is not getting better and we need to put more data in it. We have not used that approach. Okay, because both languages are quite similar. Both languages are sharing the vocabulary and grammatical structure. So word transliteration module was quite efficient, as well as and other sub-modules quite helpful to translate the Urdu text to Punjabi in Unicode text. So this was my system, and I have shown you the accuracy, and still it is getting more accuracy as compared to the Google. So this is from my side, if you have any questions.
Yes, sir. So you talked about the fact that you have a shared vocabulary and grammar, but are we limited by the vocabulary that this is being used? How do you deal with the newer vocabulary that comes into the document? And, I mean, there's a lot of manual curation that happens of a dictionary. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, for that, we need to always update the system. So that was my PhD project, and after that, I was not working on it. Right. But the system, if you use the system to incrementally update the system on the new translation, new words and the new sentences, it is able to get the new words and new phrases. So this is not a word-to-word matching in the dictionary or in the so this is the phrase matching as well as the word matching is also there. So we have 1.5 unique words and phrases there that are quite sufficient to translate one domain, which are quite popular. But if you will use some phrases, text from the religious text, the system will fail there. So if you're using the sports news, entertainment news, political news, so system will able to form that quite good on that.
Okay, interesting. And I it was interesting what you said about text classification. You're using that to classify it into certain categories.
Yes, sir.
Now, once those categories have been defined, I mean, what what advantage really comes out of it? I can understand that, you know, when we talk about modeling text as a mixture of topics, we have
Yeah.
different you know, categorical distributions across the vocabulary that then allow us to kind of reduce the independence assumption strictness within the document, right? So is it something similar here that you are doing with the categories, or what is?
Actually, that time we have think that if the user is going to use the translate some text from the any news, for example,
Mhm.
sports news. So obviously we need to know in advance that the text belongs to some category, and we need to apply some kind that kind of rules, that kind of vocabulary on it. This is same like the English professor is quite efficient to translate the English text which are from the English book, and Punjabi teacher is able to translate the text from the Punjabi literature. So this is the kind of approach we have applied specialized vocabulary, specialized rule on that particular phrase, particular text on that. Not just a random text, because if we use a bunch of, if we combine all these things, the probability will clash with each other, and system can detect the wrong phrases or words.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. I mean, was there a substantial impact you noticed when you evaluated it based on this classifier?
Yes, yes, there was a difference. There was a difference without classifier and with classifier. Without classifier, there was some mistakes done by the translation system, because some phrases are quite similar to each other. To pick the yes, so that time the classifier helps us a lot.
Okay. So this is something particular to the Urdu language then, do you think, or?
No, I think machine translation system should need these kind of systems. Should need these kind of systems, because the all the developers are getting some text and putting into the neural or the statistical models and getting some output without knowing what is happening behind. I think we need to classify it more to get the better output.
So do you think
So this is
something
the this is a kind of pre-processing part. So we need to pre-process the data to get the translation.
yeah, but then it also limits you, right, in some ways, because your categories then have to be also manually curated. You
Okay.
need labeled data to do that.
Yes, yes, it can limited, but for example, this is something like this. For example, political news hai. So system will detect that it is, according to me, this is 80% political news and 10% entertainment news and 10% sports news, and so on. So first of all, we will apply this system, this particular vocabulary, this particular rules on that text, on input text. After that, we will apply this. After that, we will apply this, and so on. This will limit, but we have some other approaches. We have many rules. We have other vocabularies uh, which are in the other domains. So we are also applying that on the one by one. Not just
Okay.
we have detected the political news and we have applied all the rules on it. Not like this. So we have applied on all other things.
Okay, that's interesting. I'd love to kind of see it in more detail and get to the depth of it and
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
understand it. Thank you. This is very interesting.
Good evening, everybody. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes.
Yeah, sure, sir. Let me just share my screen now. Sir, I'm So somebody has to grant me the permission to share the screen.
I wouldn't think so. Nampreet, are you there?
Yes, sir.
We don't, I mean, is there a need to provide some permission here or?
No, sir.
No?
I'm getting the message actually. You must grant permission in order to share your screen.
Oh, you must grant.
Okay, just a second. Okay. So as Uminder has explained a lot about the Urdu Punjabi machine translation system. So my one is a replica of that. That is Punjabi to Urdu machine translation system. It has been developed using hybrid approach, which is a combination of rule-based as well as statistical approach-based. So let me just show you the screen first. This is my Punjabi to Urdu machine translation system. Here I have used the Moses toolkit for this purpose. And let me just give a glimpse of this. Now I am using this. This is the website from where we will take the data, like Malerkotla share. This is the latest news is there. I'm taking this text from here and let me translate it. So you can see it has converted the Punjabi sentences into the Urdu sentences, and to get the what it has written, I will use Uminder's system, which is the Urdu to Punjabi machine translation system for this purpose. To better understand that it has been written into this text. So here it is like my system is showing the Punjabi text into the Urdu text is there, and Uminder's system is showing the Urdu text to the Punjabi text is there. You can see that the words like which has been converted here. Malerkotla, like my system has converted the numerals into the Urdu numerals also. So Malerkotla, Punjab da 23वां जिला. There is some error also there, which is a minor one. Like जिला बन गया है इस विषय which. You can see this tense is विषय which प्राचीन इतिहास मलोरतन उते भाईचारक एकता दे बारे विच गल कीती गई है. So it means my system has given Punjabi to Urdu translation at the accuracy of about 82%. You can say that. That's why some of the words or some of the numerals are little different in comparison to Urdu to Punjabi system is there. Along with this, I have also developed Punjabi to Urdu machine transliteration system, which is on the website at this moment. So you can see this. For this, I will take some data again from the Punjabi website. Let's see to some new sentences over here. And this is my Punjabi to Urdu machine transliteration system, where you can see it has given the machine transliterated output of Urdu text. If you copy the text, and again if I will copy it here, this is a transliterated one. So it is Pakistan is Sindh Prant which Darki Nede Sir Said. It means again the output is quite correct as compared to which has been here only Pakistan is Sindh Prant which Turkey Nede Sir Said Express at the Milt Express. So this is what Punjabi to Urdu transliteration system has generated, and this is what Urdu to Punjabi translation system has generated. So parallelly, one system, translation system, is working on the website. The second system, which is the original one, Punjabi to Urdu machine translation system, it is at this moment is not on website, but it is on the Moses tool, Moses system available on the Moses toolkit system. And the kind of sentences which I've taken during the system is about more than 1 lakh sentences are there. And after adding all the name entities, it becomes more than 8 lakh sentences also. Another feature of my system is that this corpora, Punjabi Urdu bilingual corpora, carrying about 10 domains. That's why the accuracy has increased up to 82%. Moreover, when I have compared my system output with the Google Translator is there again. So again, the accuracy of Google Translator is good if the case of smaller sentences. But as long as the sentences becomes higher in number, like you can say that it is a paragraph kind of thing is there, then Google Translator is having very less accuracy because it mix up the sentences of Punjabi with Urdu is there. Moreover, Punjabi and Urdu, the kind of problem which I have faced during the development of the system is the missing of diacritical marks is there. Because most of the Urdu readers, writers do not use diacritic marks. But I have to make such a system where Punjabi characters or Punjabi sentences give me the correct output in the form of Urdu sentences without diacritic marks. I have tested my system in 3 ways because Punjabi and Urdu both are different in orders. So I have tested I have developed 3 algorithms in .NET so that I can see what kind of output comes. For this, I have tested my system with the original Punjabi order and with the original Urdu order, with the reverse Punjabi order, with the original Urdu order, and with the reverse Punjabi order with the original Urdu order is there. So, but I have found that original Punjabi Urdu or original Punjabi order gives better output as compared to the reversing it, because it is a testing part is there, so that I can come to know as it is not like this that if I change the order, the accuracy may be higher, but I have found that no, you should not change the order. Make it original one. Punjabi to Urdu is there. This is what my system stands by at this moment, sir. If you want to know more, I can.
Yes, I think we'll deep dive into all of these in time to come. I think it's wonderful to see all these systems today. I think that's as far as we'll be able to take it, today because of time constraints. But we can definitely, continue a deeper dive, and we will do that. I mean, obviously, with the Urdu systems, our limitation, at least my limitation, is that I don't understand Urdu, so it's difficult to be able to assess what we can do. But this is very interesting. Sir, I wonder whether we can take a break in the sense that I actually have another meeting at 7 o'clock. And I hadn't realized that, we were going to have so many demonstrations until you messaged me. Can we set up another time and see the other systems also, and then we can discuss, the way forward? Should we assemble maybe tomorrow or day after instead? Would that work for you? So tomorrow, actually tomorrow we can maybe even look at something like 5 o'clock in the evening, and my next meeting will be at 7, so we'll have plenty of time. Anji.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. I'll be there, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Right, right. And not at all. I'm so thankful to you to have initiated this, and I do apologize that we don't have enough time today. So for those of you who have been put out, I apologize for that. But I hope we can continue then at 5 o'clock. So Nampreet, if you could just create another invite. And in fact, if you, Professor Goyal, if you can even send us all the email addresses, we can send an invite directly to them so that they're all connected on the Anjay. So Nampreet, you have Professor Goyal's email address, right?
Yes, sir. I do have.
So if you can just ping him and ask for the other email addresses also, and then just add them to the invite.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate you.
Thank you very much, sir.